Hello darling Cancer, welcome to my channel Cancer Moon Oracles. My name is Rosa and I am coming in with a bonus general reading. You can apply this to any area of your life. This will speak specifically to you, Cancer. It is a general reading. Like, share, subscribe if it is resonating with you, of course. Leave your comments in the comments section below. Let me know which part best resonated for you. This is my way of giving back to the Cancerian family here on the channel that just, are so loyal and so supportive and encouraging of the work that I do. And for that, I deeply am appreciative and thankful to each and every one of you for all the likes, shares, subscribes, guys, the emails, the comments, the super thanks. Like, all of it does not go unnoticed. And for that, I am so grateful and humbled. This video will be good for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus Cancerian placements out there. To the cross watchers tuning in, feel free to take what you need from this video, of course. This is going to be a general reading. I'm going to start with I want to use the archetype cards and we're just going to see what's coming through. We're going a little freestyle with this reading, Cancer. But it is general, so it can apply to any area of your life. I know I often do love readings, but every now and then I like to mix it up, okay? All right, let's begin. Spirit, what messages do you have for Cancer at this time? Spirit, what messages do you have for Cancer at this time? What is it that our lovely Cancerians who are tuning into this video are needing to hear right now? All right. It's so hot here today. It's like boiling degrees. Okay, so we've got the shadow, Cancer. Okay, we've got the shadow. Let's grab another one. Ooh, we've got the tear. The shadow, the tear. And the maiden. The shadow, the tear, and the maiden. Okay. The shadow would be your shadow side. The shadow it's something that we tend to not embrace within ourselves, Cancer. Okay, sometimes everybody is different, but the shadow is a side of us or a part of us that we don't wish to embrace because we don't like it. We have a negative view of it, or it makes us feel like we're not a good person. So the shadow side could be like something like anger or resentment. It's the parts of us that we don't wish to acknowledge or accept within ourselves. That's what it is. That's the shadow. But where there is shadow, Cancer, there is light. And if you look in this card, we've got two diamonds. Okay, we've got two diamonds. One is white and one is shadowed, I guess. And then there's the little diamond in the center there, which is essentially it's who you are. So you can't have one side without the other side. Okay, we can't have positive without the dark. We can't have positive without the negative. We can't have light without the shadow. And this is what this is speaking to and talking to here. So I feel like there's a side of you that you are needing to embrace. It is asking for you to embrace this. to accept this. This could also be, Cancer, like we have strengths and weaknesses. And we tend to shy away from our weaknesses, don't we? Because we're like, oh, I'm not really good at that. Like, but you can embrace your strengths. But what if at this time you can flip it and look at your weaknesses as your strengths? So this is something that I have worked with previous clients on, to flip the script and look at your weaknesses as strengths. So for example, I always used to think that I was too sensitive. Okay, typical Cancerian, we can be very sensitive, we can take things personally. But what if, Cancer, if you're looking at your sensitivity and thinking, damn, I wish I wasn't so sensitive and I'm crying all the time. Why am I so soft and I'm crying all the time? Because we've got the T here now, okay? So you could be sort of essentially putting yourself down because you are sensitive. But what if your sensitivity could be viewed as your strength, Cancer? You know, if it wasn't for your beautiful sensitivity, you wouldn't be able to pick up on the energy in the room. You wouldn't be able to see that person over there in the corner that is in need of your nurture and of your listening ear. Can you see how when we flip the script, we actually think, oh, wow, actually, you know what? My sensitivity is my superpower. So you're being called to embrace a shadow aspect of yourself that maybe you've been shying away from, that maybe you've been turning a blind eye to, that maybe you've been trying to suppress and ignore because it makes you feel uncomfortable, or it makes you feel less of a person, or it makes you feel, I want to say, ugly on the inside. That's what I want to say. It makes you feel like you're ugly on the inside. And I'm not talking about looks. Okay? Let me know if that speaks to you. So we move along to the tear. Okay, we move along to the tear. The tear it's healing, because when we are purging and crying, we are also moving stagnant energy inside of us. We're moving it out. We're purging it out of our body, and we're clearing the space for something wonderful to come in. And that's where the maiden sort of, ties into the reading. This could also speak to, you've got 2 diamonds here. It can speak to a partnership. It can speak to a relationship. It can speak to a connection that you may have to somebody here. And you can see here they're polar opposites. And I want to say, because of these opposites, you might be looking at this thinking, oh, we're so different from each other, or we're so opposite from one another that it's not really working. Or this person is the negative aspect of your partnership or of your connection. Okay, and you're not liking it. Because I don't know why, I feel like they're the ones that are, it's from a Cancer's perspective, I'm feeling like you're looking at this relationship that you have to this person, and you could be looking at them thinking, why do they need to be so negative all the time? Or they could be overshadowing you in some aspect. Could be someone that you work with too. It's like a thorn in your side. Like this shadow is like the thorn in your side, and it's really upsetting you here. It's someone or it's something that is upsetting you. Yeah, that's what it is. But you're being forced here to look at this. You're being forced here because I'm seeing an eye here. So you're being forced at this time, Cancer, to look at who this is, what this is, and what it's all about. You're being asked to face the truth of the situation. Now, tears, if we're shedding tears, tears don't lie, emotions don't lie. Emotions, in fact, they carry so much truth of what's really going on inside of us. Okay. So if there is someone here that is upsetting you, Cancer, I invite you to create some space to look at why maybe you're still holding on, or maybe look at why you are choosing to turn a blind eye. Because with the positive side here, you're choosing to look at the positive side of this person, looking at the best parts, but you might not be acknowledging the worst parts. And if there is someone here that is continuously upsetting you or overshadowing you, and it's upsetting you to the point that you're constantly crying, then I invite you to look at that, Cancer. This may be an invitation for you to release this person as well. The tear is asking for you to purge and release this person from your life. If it's an aspect of yourself, I invite you to journal around your feelings. Okay, journal around your feelings. What's coming up for you at this time? Sometimes when you have a really good cry, Cancer, like so much can be uncovered through the crying. You know, when we're upset about something, I know for me, can I share this story with you, Cancer? But sometimes when I'm crying, I talk to myself at the same time, and I'm venting out how hurt and upset I am, what that person may have done, or how I'm feeling within myself. And it's quite cathartic and therapeutic because I'm actually saying it out aloud. So I don't know if that's something that you do, but that might be enlightening for you. So we move on to the Maiden here. And the Maiden to me it can be virginal energy. It can be innocent energy. Okay, it might be, Cancer, that you're very new to this, or you're experiencing this fully for the very first time. You know, the Maiden also speaks to pleasure. So because this Maiden is in the future position, the feeling that you're striving for, the feeling that you're trying to achieve here is a pleasurable outcome, is a positive outcome, is a good outcome. We can only get to this pleasurable state because this is like hitting the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot right here. We can only get to the sweet spot. We can only simply experience pleasure once we move through the shadow and we purge out what we need and who we don't need in our lives. Then we get to this sweet spot, Cancer. I hope I'm making sense here. Now, I'm looking at a rose here. It could be a romance. It could be a romantic connection. It doesn't have to be, though. This rose, I'm hearing it's budding, it's blossoming here. So this feeling that you have been suppressing and not wanting to look at is forcing you to embrace it, acknowledge it, so you can blossom and bloom into the best version of yourself. And this maiden energy, it feels like a new experience. Maybe you haven't touched on this before, but you're being encouraged and invited to look at this now, or touch on it, or go there, essentially. Okay. So let's look at the healing with the angels. Let's see what they have to say. I feel like I waffle and I make no sense, but I really do hope that that has helped you in some way, Cancer. But let's see what the healing with the angels want to say here. Okay. Let's see. Angels, what is it that Cancer needs to know? We've got harmony. Interesting. So this angel is playing a violin. So to me, a violin is like, oops, I'll just move the cards. It's like, here we go again. We hear the same old song. We hear the same old story. It's like the violin is like, poor me, poor me. Okay, you could be seriously dealing with a negative person here that just isn't good for your soul. It's like time to eradicate the negative person in your life. Could be, or it could be a negative parent that you might just need to just distance yourself from right now, because that's the only thing that is going to give you peace and harmony. Remember, this maiden energy, the pleasure state is the outcome. It's what you're trying to achieve here. So if that means you need to just leave them where they are at, then you've got to do that, Cancer. Okay. If you're dealing with a romantic partner here, Cancer, there's the violin it's a tune that's on repeat. So if you're experiencing a cycle that keeps to be repeating with this person, I feel that you're needing, the invitation here is to seek harmony. And how are you going to seek harmony in this situation? What will you do? And only you've got the answers for that. I can't tell you what you should do, although I can, but you know what you need to do, Cancer. You may feel that you're in a connection or a relationship that is not harmonious. You may be looking at this thinking, I don't enjoy this relationship anymore. It doesn't bring me pleasure. It doesn't bring me joy. You know? So something to look at there, Cancer. All right, let's see what else is coming through. Abundance. So for some of you, this abundance would be, it could be money. It could be to do with money or finances. You might be looking at this thinking there's a lack of finances. Okay, so abundance can be looked at in so many different ways. But what I'm intuitively getting overall is abundance can speak to You can receive an abundance of negative feelings, or you can receive an abundance of positive feelings. It depends on your perspective. It depends on your outlook. It depends on what you're experiencing and feeling right now. So because the abundance is sitting on the tier, you may have shed a lot of tears. You may be hurting quite a lot. And your higher self is seeking harmony with that now, is seeking balance with that now. Okay, so I feel like this abundance is, okay, you've experienced a lot of hurt. You've been maybe releasing or shedding a lot lately. And now with the abundance card, it's time for you to receive. Because remember, we've got the maiden here in the future position, which is, it's time for you to receive pleasure, joy, happiness, you know. For some of you, you've been crying over money. Maybe you've been crying over money. Maybe there's been an outlay of finances, and you've been looking at your money situation with a negative outlook. You may be looking at your bank balance and thinking it's dwindling away, and you've got this negative feeling sort of hanging over your head, not liking that your bank balance is going down and down and down and down. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. Look at this. You've got new beginnings, you guys, and it's sitting right on top of the maiden. Okay, there are some new beginnings on the cards here for you. There's a new way. There's a new path. There's a new chapter. There's a new opportunity. There's a new outlook. There's a new belief system. There's a new intention even. But I really like that the new beginnings card is here for you. Because when you purge and release whatever it is that you need to do right now, I feel like these new beginnings will lead you to maybe more financial abundance, more success, more self-love, more joy, better relationships, better connections, especially with people who, with the harmony card here, are on the same page as you. So that's what I have for you, Cancer. I do hope that was insightful and helpful. Let me know in the comment section below if any part of this reading resonated for you. And until next time, guys, take care. Bye.